Hi, this is Gareth from Power Trigger, and tonight going to be playing Scrolls. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Rast, who's a bit of a player in the whole Scrolls universe. So,
Yeah, something like that.
so the point of this video is basically for Rast to go through my deck and help me out.
Awesome.
So
If you
deck
show me deck,
builder, yeah.
so what are you playing at the moment? I'm assuming it's a variation of growth.
Yeah, I was thinking you were going to say it was a variation of growth with a splash of, but no, it's just basically growth.
No, I know. Pretty much, if you want to try and play competitively at the moment, you're looking at growth with something in it, or even mono growth.
Yeah, basically what I've been doing is I've been playing mostly growth. Well, basically playing growth. I think I did dabble on the so against the computer.
Yeah,
with splashes of things and just failed miserably. So going with growth all the way through.
What I would say is to be able to splash into another colour, you need to get. I think they're called monuments. I always get them confused with idols. Terminology is wrong. But they basically cost 2 of whatever resource, and then they generate 1 of another resource when they come into play. So it may cost 2 energy and generate 1 growth. For you to be able to play Splash, you generally need to have those kind of cards in your deck.
Right. Okay. So you're talking about
there. Yeah, those ones.
Right. So you're talking you have to have sort of the cross faction cards, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're playing 2 colours, you're going to need to have those cards, because else you're just going to get behind in the game. Because by the time you've generated 2 of each, your opponent's going to be on 4 of one of the colours, and will be able to drop stuff that's a lot stronger than yours. Although there was a sort of 2 growth, 2 order deck that was kicking around that was pretty sick.
Right. Okay. So, if I'm working off the growth, what am I trying for to start off with?
I would go for the max up statues, drop those in. Your sort of end game cards are going to be God Hand and Quake, but we don't have any of those, so we're just going to try and go for fat creatures.
Right, okay.
So, first of all, I think we dump in any of the wolves you have. Or you could, actually, if you bring up your deck and show me what you're playing with at the moment, and then we can just go from there and edit it.
Right, okay. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, so... It's pre-nerf.
Not much consistency. Take out nutrition straight away, the bird card.
Alright. Yeah, I've never liked those.
It just seems a bit counterproductive, you know. So look at what else. The healing spell, take that out, they're no good. Well, low cost healing's good, but if a unit's going to die or be at a point where it can just get dropped, 3 isn't, it's negatable. So let's see what else. Take out the spring as well. The 2 cost growth card that heals. They're not great.
Okay, sorry, what is it?
It's a little stone with water running onto it, next to rally in the bottom right.
My screen is very small here, so that's not very good, is it? Where is that spring?
Do you see where the Great Wolf is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's right at the Great Wolf.
Yeah, Vitality Well.
Yeah, that thing. Get rid of it.
Yeah, there we go. I need to sort out my
That's all right.
my screen on this one. So.
If you could tidy the cards again, just so.
Tidy them by what?
You push the button on the bottom right.
Oh. I've learned something else new.
Oh wait, did you actually manually arrange those before?
I did!
Oh shit!
I was doing this, it was like, okay, that one's there. I can see what the picture is. Yeah, I know.
You're a bit special. Okay, right.
I've always been special. You've not been watching any of my other videos, have you? It's a cover eye moment for every single game.
Okay, I would drop another of the champion rings in, so we have 3 of those.
Champion rings, right. Yeah. Name?
It's the guy with the handlebar mustache. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
So 3 of those.
Yeah. But have you got any more? Show me your cards along the top. Just Yeah, just scroll through them a bit. Drop in the God Hand.
I think I bought that one.
I just gave you it.
All right, you're not supposed to say that. This is supposed to be impartial.
Yeah. Anyway, drop down the the Kingfolk Brave as well, man.
Have I not got too many of those? No, I haven't, have I? No, okay.
Yeah, you need. If you get a third one of those, you need it. Carry on flicking through. Let's see what other good stuff we need to chuck in.
That's it.
We got 3 Ragged Wolves.
Yup.
Kudoki.
Got 3 Manji, 3 Ragged. I'm struggling for the Greats. That's the only other thing.
Take out Daedric Power. It's a buff in between the statue and the... Yeah, take that out.
Yeah, it actually is sort of out by name, hasn't it? Even though I've got a very small thing.
Yeah, brilliant. If you chuck in 2 more Nature's Bane, because that's removal, it's looks like vines grabbing an arm. Yeah, those ones. Yeah, drop in 2 of those. Oh yeah, if you left click on the cards and hold the left mouse button in, you'll pick the maximum amount you're allowed up.
Okay.
Can you tidy again? Sorry, I just like to keep things. Cheers.
OCD's fine.
I am OCD. It's bad. Right. Can you go back through? Just scroll through your cards, and I'll see what else would probably slot in well.
See, I always do wonder about Ilthorn though. It's one of those ones where I go, I don't really fancy it, but it damages when it gets attacked. So.
Well, the thing is, it might be. I'll tell you, put it in for now because it gives you another structure, whereas you don't have that many. Really, ideally, you want 3 of the statues. They're beastie. two growth for a 5 health statue that regenerates 1 every turn. It's amazing. Okie dokie. We're at 39 scrolls now, yeah?
Yep. Do you, when you're constructing a deck, do you sort of try and see what the ratio is for these?
Yeah, I tend to try and keep... Because the decks I build at the moment tend to have a lot of spells, I tend to neglect creatures. So I do use that quite a lot to just try and keep a track of exactly what's in my deck to try and make sure I've got a balance. It's quite a useful little tool. I mean, at the moment, you're swinging a bit too high on the creatures side, but there's not a great deal we can do about that with the selection of cards that you have to hand.
Yeah.
I would take out those 2... I can't remember what they're called, next to the bear paw. They're like weak structures that give 1 attack or something.
Those ones.
No. Yeah, Ancestral Totem, sorry.
Yeah.
The video stream's slightly behind.
No worries.
So yeah, take them out. Scroll back through the cards. How many bear paws have we got in there at the moment? In
2.
your deck? Drop another bear paw in.
Really?
Yeah.
See, the thing is that the whole increase of a countdown by 1, it seems like you're going, okay, I can attack you next, and now I can't.
You need to use it on your wolves because you've got 6 sources of cooldown reset with rally and mangy wolf and stuff like that.
Right.
So you drop it on a wolf that's ready to attack that turn. Drop a mangy wolf or a rally. It comes into play. Admittedly, it's not great, but with the card selection you have, they're not bad. And a great wolf with 1 or 2 of those on can be a nightmare to deal with for some people. I mean, energy, you'll get it removed with, say, Violent Dispersal, but not a great deal of people will be playing energy. You will get it bounced back against order, but as the majority of players are running growth, the only thing they've got the solid removal is going to be Quake or even Binding, and doesn't do enough damage. So a great wolf with bear paw can become a real problem.
Okay, so the thing is that obviously you start with a certain hand and you think to yourself, I need to have this after this. So you're hoping for bear paws first, place those, and then be placing these fellas, are you thinking?
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, if you play with what you have. I mean, early game bear paw isn't really going to be useful, so you'll be sacking it, getting rid of it. You have 3 of them. so you know you're going to draw into one at some point late game. So they tend to be there when you need them. The same with King Folk Veterans. If the game goes on long enough, you know you're going to have them to drop and remove stuff. The only well, your deck's not going to be great, but we're working with what we've got. Ideally, you want to be looking at getting fertile soil in there and stuff like that, because it gives you the draw, it gives you more consistent draws and strategy with your deck. But Sister of the Fox isn't bad. Actually, have you got another one of those? You scroll through your list of cards.
Yeah, I think an important point of this is that if you get rid of it, if it's gone, then it can still come back, can't it? It doesn't go to the graveyard, if you will.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't.
That's all right. We got 2 slots left. It's not too bad. It's quite slow. I would take out one of the Frostbeards.
Yeah, it's a funny thing with that, because they're very strong and you can sort of build those fellas up.
Yeah.
Why is it
the cooldown of 3 is its drawback, really. In fact, it has 1 health and is easily sort of dropped. Doesn't help.
Okay.
In fact, take both of those out and then put in... I forget the name of it. The
2
snake
pebbles.
If you go back the other way.
Right, okay.
Other way. Never mind.
Oh, sorry, the other way.
That's alright.
The other way.
The other way.
Yeah, the other way.
If you drop 3 of those Snake Lady cards, the last one on the right that you have, Vitrolora, that's right.
Snake Ladies. You can't go wrong with Snake Ladies, can you?
No. They don't have a history of turning you to stone or anything like that. Right. You show me, go through your cards again? Sorry, I'm just trying to work out what we can do to sort of...
I think probably an important thing, if anybody wants to ask you what decks they should set up, is maybe sort of list everything that they've got. What would be the best way for them to show you what to do?
I mean, if they were to give me a deck list and cards that they own and go from there. But I mean, generally, it all depends on what they want to do. I mean, if they're looking to do something different or suggest a deck idea that they have, I can do that. But if they're wanting to just get the most out of their cards, you're going to be looking at growth to try and just get the performance out of it and try and be a bit more competitive. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is at the moment. However, I'm sort of doing mono energy at the moment and things like that, which I'm just trying to play test and get working, which is quite a bit of fun.
I think that's the important thing at this moment in time, because we are in alpha. So it's sort of getting an understanding of the various types of decks and working with those, and certainly with the 4th deck sort of looming. Yeah.
What I would do is take out Brother of the Wolf.
Right.
Take out the 2 Binding Roots next to him. And drop into it the 3 Rat Structures, if you go to the right. Yeah, 3 of those. They're just... The reason for that is they're just cheap. They're 1 growth, which is nothing. And they can be combined with Vitrolora, and they're great. Before you talk, I'm going to have to call you back because the 15 minutes is up, so we cut it there, and then you can redo the next bit. So I'll give you a call back.
Okay, sorry about that. We had some technical problems, but we're back into it again with 39 cards and that magic 40th.
Yeah, I was sort of trying to work out what we can chuck in. Scroll through your list of cards again there. I would take out the 2-Eye the Eagle, because they're sort of putting the overall creature cost up quite high, up to 16. So if we take those 2 out, and then if we put in 3 Ellen Vittel, I don't know, sounds right. Yeah. They're not bad, but they're not sort of weak cards. It's one cost, so normally you can just chuck them on something, or just use them for draw. But given what you have there, I think that's sort of the strongest we can come up with. I mean, are there any thoughts you've had, or?
No, not at all. I think one of the main things I was thinking was with a lot of other collectible card games, you would have specific cards which produce mana in themselves. Now, normally with a deck you would be up to about 60. Now, obviously the norm for scrolls is 40. So, you know, you don't want to pad your deck, do you? You don't want to pad your deck with cards which you know are gonna be purely to go to resources.
Not all. That's a real mistake. I mean, the Ellen Vittlin is in there because although it's not a great card, it's probably one of the best you have on offer there. You've got the strongest creatures in there at the moment. Basically, the Ellen Vittel is one cost. You're going to be looking late game if you draw into it. Maybe to chuck it onto a Great Wolf so it regenerates a health every turn, or even put them on Eternal Statues. This forces them to regenerate 2 health every turn, which, unless they get knocked out by one attack, they become a real problem to take out. It's the same reason we have Vitriol Aura in there. You can put 2 Vitriol Aura onto an Eternal Statue or a creature, so when they are hit, whichever creature hits them will receive 2 stacks of poison, which means they're taking 2 damage every turn for 3 turns, which is 6 damage.
Right.
So you can easily chuck a Sister of the Fox in front of an enemy Great Wolf or something like that, and if they're not paying attention, they're going to walk into it and get killed.
Right. Okay, cool. So thank you for raising my dearth deck from nothing. Just one thing before we finish. The usual seemed to be the with decks, or certainly with the growth deck, was based off if you've got 7 resources, it's Quake.
Yeah,
is that still the case now with the update?
I mean, even now with the update, if you're going up against growth, you're going to be watching for that 7 growth, because as soon as that comes online, you know they should have Quake in their hand. If they don't have Quake, it's going to be there quite shortly. The reason it's going to be there is Fertile Soil generates you so many cards that it's more or less a given that you're going to cycle through enough cards to have yourself a Quake. The other thing is, if you play around Quake, you don't drop loads of creatures quite quickly. What growth decks tend to do is then drop a lot of weaker creatures or sisters and wolves, and then they god hand them, so they become big and they just smash through. This is one of the reasons growth is exceptionally hard to play against and beat at the moment. The combination of field wipe and then god hand. No, this is happening. I'm going to bash through and win. It's pretty much their finisher, which unfortunately Energy and Order seem to lack currently.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Ras, for helping me out with this. I think what we'll try and do, if you don't mind, is have a couple of vids of you handhelding me through, through a few.
It sounds lovely.
Oh, it's lovely. We're skipping through the daisies, through a few ranked games.
Okay.
But by all means, anybody who wants to have the same servicing from Rast, please just let us know. I'll include the email address at the bottom of the video. Thank you again, Rast. And,
you're welcome. No problem.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more of this. Okay.
Brilliant.